Hey, Rough and Tumblers. I want to talk to you for a couple minutes about the Heritage Arts Distance Learning Program. My little log cabin is a great metaphor for what we're trying to do at Heritage Arts with our distance learning program. Many people asked me, well, you could have built a stick building and you could have put sheetrock in it and it would have been way faster and maybe even way cheaper. And I said, well, I didn't want to do something that was faster and cheaper. I wanted to do something properly, and I wanted to do it by hand. And so I built it myself. And you might not be able to see it from here, but I laid all those wood shingles by myself. And there's hundreds and hundreds of landscape timbers that make up this thing. I wanted to do it right, not easy. The foundation of the distance learning program is journaling, paper journaling. Why paper? Because the evidence is in. The research has been done. People who take paper notes remember things better than those who don't. And students who take paper notes outperform students who take electronic notes. It's also the foundation, by the way, of journaling therapy, an established way to assist people with all sorts of personal, emotional problems. You will find it benefits you as well. People who are journalers are going to outperform people who are not in life. What you will do is you will get a 3-ring binder, and you will purchase some loose leaf paper, and you will keep detailed training notes. Write down your activities, things that you do, self-realizations, all of that, so you can keep track of your total training time as well as the activities you performed. This will allow you to look back and see where you were and where you are now. Very much in the same way that a navigator keeps a logbook and keeps charts to determine where they were, where they are, and where they are headed. At the beginning of each month, you will put your papers into a scanner or take very clean, accurate photographs with your cell phone. You'll scan them up and then you will email them to mitch@heritageartsinc.com, and I'll review them and I'll provide feedback on your training notes. If there's personal information in the training notes that you'd rather not share, that's perfectly understandable and in fact encouraged. Just cover them with sticky notes or something like that so that I can't read them. I'm not interested in prying into your personal details. What I am interested in is making sure that you are really working and that you're being self-critical at every turn. Now let's talk about what the Heritage Arts Rough and Tumble Distance Learning Program is not. It's not just a way to give away freebies. There's lots of free stuff online. None of it is helping people get stronger or to work on themselves, to get better in mind, in body, or in spirit. What this program is about getting you to commit to do something. It's about getting you engaged and getting you to work on yourself. So what are you going to work on that you need to write about in your training journal? Well, first of all, we're going to give you some YouTube videos to watch. And we're going to give you some activities. The first of which will be to perform 2 constitutionals a week. A constitutional is a calisthenics workout regimen that is 7 calisthenics deep, done to moderate repetitions. We've got versions of those for the people who are the furthest out of shape, older people, and so on, all the way up to the most fit and the youngest folks there are. So we'll make those constitutionals fit you and where you are in your fitness and martial arts journey. Then we're going to give you a list of 100 what we call feats, F-E-A-T-S. These are activities that you can participate in, and you choose whichever ones you like. That's going to broaden your martial arts experience, and that's what's going to make it into true rough and tumble. Remember, Rough and tumble was a manner of no-holds-barred fighting that originated in the Southern Virginia backcountry during the colonial era, and it's an amalgam of the varying techniques brought to America by colonists from all over the world, blended with the fighting methods of over 900 distinct indigenous tribes, as well as military combatives, World War I and World War II combatives techniques, and so on. It contains American lifeways, hunting, fishing traditions, outdoor skills, knot tying, all the things that our ancestors took for granted and perhaps didn't record when they talked about martial arts. Real people doing real work in the real world. It'll increase your observation skills and get you engaged with your environment like nothing else. Initially, you won't have to do any feats, but eventually, as you become more advanced, you'll have to do about 1 feat per month. And those are very short and simple. Other things you'll be expected to do. Well, you need to engage. If you don't engage, you'll quit. And so one of the requirements is that you make a minimum donation of $1 a month, or you volunteer to do some work for the charity. And what sorts of things might they be? Well, those volunteer efforts vary. Initially, of course, we need to get to know you a little bit better before we give you the keys to the kingdom and let you begin to work on our blog or send out newsletters or things like that. But what you can do right away is put some skin in the game. You can come to fellowship meetings on Sundays at about 11:30 Eastern Time. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can share our YouTube videos online. You can follow us on major social media platforms like Facebook and X. You can talk about us to your friends and to your relatives and boost us. Or you could start a blog, and then you could blog about what you've learned and your improving physical health, your increased spiritual discipline, your increased martial arts experience, all of that on your blog. That would be a great way to help promote the club. Eventually, once we get to know you better, we can give you more complex projects to work on as a volunteer, such as blogging, researching, social media management, and so on. But we need to get to know you better before we give you the keys to the kingdom. If this sounds like something that you'd be interested in participating in, go to heritageartsinc.com/learn and sign up today. Take care and God bless.